Yes. Go ahead.
With two series for the starters and Jimmy, why the extended time?
We got two practices in this week versus them. I wanted them to have around 20 plays, so I didn't know if it was going to be 2 drives or 3 drives. I think they finished up with 22. I just wanted them to get going more. I don't think our execution was great in the first game. I didn't think it was great in this game either. I just want to give them more time to play.
So even though the offense moved the ball pretty well, that first unit didn't execute the way you wanted?
Not as good as I would have liked. Yeah.
So what did you not like?
I just thought we missed a couple things. I thought we got fortunate on a couple plays. Wish we could have stayed out there longer. I thought we should have finished with 2 scores, but we had a stupid penalty that took, got a 25-yard penalty because there was 2 of them. Just not like the way it ended with that group either. It was hard not to put them out for one more drive.
Do you know what that second penalty on Richburg was?
He said something to the ref that he shouldn't have. I'm not exactly sure what it was, though.
Speaking of the penalties, there are quite a few. Obviously, you're not happy with that.
Right.
How did you talk to the team about that?
Yeah, extremely disappointing. There's way too many penalties. We'll look at each one individually. Some you can control, some you can't. Always the pre-snap penalties bother me the most, but there was definitely some in there, especially the one on Richburg, things like that really hurt us. They're unacceptable.
Your interpretation of leading with the head or lowering the head, it seemed like Atashi was kind of blocked up with his lineman and then lowered his head. To me, I don't understand what the interpretation of that is.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't. So we're all trying to figure it out, and I feel the exact same way you do, and most people. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, in terms of the offense, those first 2 plays, it looked like Jimmy was pretty comfortable in the pocket, whether it was the line blocking well, but he also had, he went through his progressions that seemed pretty good. Is that something that he's always done really well?
At times, and at times not. It's not always perfect. That's what we're trying to get him to do better and better each week, and sometimes he doesn't always go through it right and still make some plays. So, we're hard on him about that stuff. By no means was it perfect, and there's a number he can do better on, but there's a couple times he didn't do perfect on that he made a play and kept us on the field also. So you got to take the good with the bad and just continue to keep coaching.
On that fourth down play that Juszczyk was he even a real option on that play, or did he just finally get to him and say, "Oh, you're open"?
No, he was. Usually it's pick a side on that play, depending on what the coverages are, and we went to the side that we wanted him to. Didn't throw it to anyone there, which made me very nervous, and 4th and 1, and then he ended up finding someone very late who was a lot more open, so I quickly got over it and caught the next play.
Thursday, you said you had to watch the practice to see if Josh Garnett was going to play or not. Obviously, you must have liked what you saw from that practice. Can you talk about that, and also, what did you see from Josh in today's
I was just glad he got a lot of reps in. He hasn't been able to get 4 practices in a row with us yet. So, he had 2 big ones here this week. He had one back in San Francisco before we left, and today was his 4th of the week. So I was happy with him that he's done that. It seemed like he's been talking, feeling good and everything. So we'll see how he feels tomorrow when we land.
Did you see any clarity in the running back situation as far as McNichols and Joe Williams? They both saw a lot of time. Did you see anything?
Not really. We wanted to give him a bunch of opportunities. I don't think, it was there sometimes. But I don't think there was a ton there. But I'll have to see that when we get back on the plane and watch it a little harder. But, it's going to come down to the end with all of them.
Trent Taylor seemed to be kind of coming back into form during the joint practices. He had a really nice move to get open in the touchdown. Do you feel like he's back to maybe where he was at the end of last year?
Not totally yet. This was his first week, really getting to go, similar to Garnett. But he definitely made some progress this week till we felt good enough to play him. I thought he did a decent job out there. But I think he's still working through it. I think he's real close. But any time you deal with the back and stuff, it just takes some time to get those reps and all your power and coordination back.
In terms of the pass rush, are you guys concerned, or are you hoping that once Solomon and Eric get back, that'll help boost it?
You're always trying to hope it boosts it. The pass rush is one of the things everyone's looking for in this league. Pass rush, it's tough to coach, and it's definitely tough to coach against. There's not a lot of answers for it. So hopefully the more we keep our guys out there, the better we'll get. But we got to keep trying to challenge our players with that and come up with some scheme stuff that can get there with pressures.
You said last week that the offensive line didn't give the running backs a lot of space. Did you kind of see the same thing again this week?
I thought there was more than last week. I think we had a hard time staying on the field. Especially in that second half. I think we got a lot of first downs in the first half, but not in the second half. So I think it was hard to get those yards going in the second half. I think a couple penalties set us back behind the chains in a few situations too. But it seemed like there was a little more room than last week. But I'm not trying to crown us or anything. I don't think we blocked very well either.
There's people kind of half jokingly talk about Mullen's magic, but I mean he does seem to be much improved from last year. I mean, obviously he seems destined for the practice squad, but I mean, have you seen a lot of growth from him?
Yeah, Nick. Nick's a very smart guy who works as hard as anyone I've been around. The game is not too big for him. He's very competitive. He should be better this year. He's got more playing time. He's got more reps. He got a lot more in OTAs and training camp this year than he did last year. And I also think some of the guys out there he's playing with are a little bit better than what he had last year, so that helps too.
On the interception, it seemed like Dante got his hand on it, obviously. Is that something that the receiver needs to do, come down that ball?
Yeah, without a doubt. I would love for it to be perfect and make it a lot easier, which Jimmy's capable of, and so Jimmy has to take responsibility for that. But Dante should catch it every single time. He's capable of it.
Sheldon kind of quietly had a really good game. Can you talk about him?
Yeah, Sheldon's done a good job for us, throughout OTAs, training camp, and in the preseason. I didn't get to see a ton of him out there, but when I did look up, he was flashing. He's worked real hard coming here from Jacksonville. He's fit into our scheme well. We've really enjoyed him as a person, and I think he's gotten better too in comparison from this year to last year.
Kind of the same with DJ Jones.
Yeah, DJ, I noticed him a bunch too. It looked like he played the run very well. Saw him make a number of tackles. DJ helped us out last year, and we expect him to help us out more this year.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks,
Jimmy will be
guys.
here any minute.